Hello my dear students, welcome to Concept Mastery. This session is for class 10. It's a continuous series of chapter 3. So under chapter 3, as I've said that I've divided into 4 parts. We are done with graphical representation, and then now we are continuing with algebraic method. So under algebraic method, we are done with substitution method. So if you have missed out that the first method, that is substitution method, then I'll provide you the link in the description box. So today we are going to start a new topic under algebraic method. We are going to start a new topic, that is elimination method. That is one of the method to solve linear equation in two variables, right? So this elimination method is covered under exercise 3.4. So today's session will be introduction of elimination method. That is, we'll try to understand what we are going to do in this method, and then if possible, we'll try to solve one question. So let's start. Okay, so in the name itself, in the topic itself, we have the meaning. Okay, see, the topic is elimination method, right? Elimination method. So here we have the word elimination. Elimination basically comes from the word eliminate. Eliminate. So which means eliminate, which means removing. Which means removing. Okay, so elimination comes from word eliminate, which means removing. For example, in reality shows and all, like there used to be like this person has been eliminated. That means he has been out of the show, right? So that's the meaning of elimination. That is, we are going to remove something. We are going to remove something. So what are we going to remove is that? What are we going to remove is that we are going to remove one variable, one of the variable for timing. Okay, so we are going to remove one variable for timing. That means I'll give you the reason why we are removing one variable. So one variable out here means, see, this we are dealing with which topic? We are dealing with the main topic is pair of linear equations in two variables, right? So we are dealing with such type of equations, x plus y. This is an example, 5 3x plus 2y is equal to 10. So this type of equations, these are the types of equations which we are dealing with. It is pair of linear equation in two variable. So in elimination method, what we do is that in elimination method we remove one of the variable. Okay, we remove one of the variable for timing. That is, we have two variables out here, x and y. We try to remove one variable, that is either x or y. That method, how we are going to remove that method, that's different topic that we are going to deal after completing the meaning of elimination method. As of now, just think that we are going to remove one of the variable, and how we are going to remove, I'll teach you that as well. So now the question arises, why do we need to remove? Like, why do we need to remove one variable? Why can't we find out the value without removing? So let's know the reason behind this. Let's say I'm giving you an example, x plus 5 is equal to 10. So I gave you this equation, x plus 5 is equal to 10. So in this equation, x plus 5 equal 10, I told you to find the value of x. I told you to find the value of x. Then you can easily find out the value of x in this equation, right? Either you can do mental calculation, that is 5 should be out here because there is equal to sign, we need to balance both sides. Or what you can do is that you can use the method of transposition, that is you can transfer this 5 out here. So x plus 5 will be minus 5, and then the ultimate answer will be x is equal to 5. That is, it was simple. That is, we can easily find out the value of the variable x out here, right? Now if I give you one more equation, let's say x plus y is equal to 7. Now I want you to find out the value of x and y. I want you to find out the value of x and y. So here it will be difficult to get the exact numerical value of x. Why it will be difficult to get the exact numerical value of x is that, see, if we transfer this y to right hand side, it is 7 minus y. That means still we are not being able to get the exact value of x, right? So why is it so? Why here we got the exact numerical value of x, but here we are finding difficult to find out the value of x? Because here we have two missing terms. So whenever we have two missing terms in an equation, it's difficult to find out the value of one of the variable. But if we have some additional information, that's different case. Okay, that's a different case. But here with this information, we will not be able to find out the value of x or y because there are two missing terms. So that's the reason we try to remove one variable and then just keep one variable in the equation. So if we have only one variable in the equation, See, when I say variable out here means unknown value, right? Unknown value. So when we have only one unknown value in an equation, then it becomes very easy to find out the value. But whenever we have two unknown values in the equation, then it's difficult to find out the value. So that's the reason why we are eliminating one of the variable, so that we can easily find out the value of the variables. Okay, so that's the concept behind elimination method. Elimination means we are going to remove one of the variable for timing. And why we are going to remove? Because only when we have one unknown value in an equation, it becomes easy for us to find out the value. Clear? So we are done with the meaning. We are done with the meaning of elimination method. So now we'll discuss a basic concept. Okay, basic concept like how we are going to eliminate, how we are going to remove using mathematical tools out here. Okay, so in mathematics, how do we remove a term? How do you remove a term? For example, we have a number +5. We have a number +5, and I want to get rid of this number. I want to get rid of this term +5. Then how are we going to apply mathematical tools and remove this +5? So in order to remove this +5, I need to have one more term which is -5. I need to have one more term which is -5, because this will make it the value as 0, and then we'll get rid of +5, right? The same example, for example, we have -2x. I want to get rid of this variable -2x. That means I want to eliminate this -2x. Then we need to have one more value, that is +2x, right? +2x, so that this will become 0. Okay, let's take one more example. Let's take we have minus 19y. We have +19y. I want to eliminate this +19y. Then we need to have one more term, that is -19y. Only then we can get rid of this variable. That is what I'm trying to say is that in order to eliminate, in order to get rid of any of the term, we need to have what? We need to have same value. We need to have same value and opposite sign, right? We need to have same value and opposite sign. See, 2x minus plus, 19y plus minus. That means we need to have same value and opposite sign. Only then we can get rid of any of the term. Okay, so now we have discussed that how we are going to eliminate. In order to eliminate any one of the variable, we need to have same value and we need to have opposite sign, right? Only when we have same value and opposite sign, we can get rid of that variable and make it 0. Okay, so now let us go a bit more deep and then find out how we are going to eliminate. Okay, how we are going to make the value same or make the sign opposite. Okay, so here the first condition is they should have same value. But it doesn't mean that in all the questions we'll be getting the same value for the variables, right? So in some questions they might give us the same value, but in many of the questions we need to use mathematical tools and make it same. So the condition is they should have same value, but in case if they don't have the same value, then we can multiply the equations and make it same. We can multiply the equation and make it same. So here they have given us the freedom to multiply and make the equation same. So I'll give the reason behind why we are multiplying. Okay, so let us discuss about this point, like when we have different values, when the values are not same, then how we are going to make the values same. So we'll take one example. Let's take one equation, x plus y is equal to 4, and then we have 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. Okay, so this is the linear equation in two variables, and then we are told to solve using elimination method. So first of all, in elimination method, we are removing one variable, right? We are trying to remove one variable. So first we need to decide which variable we are going to remove, we are going to eliminate. Okay, so it depends upon you. It's not mandatory or compulsory that you need to remove x all the time or you need to remove the second variable all the time. It depends upon you. Whichever variable you want to eliminate, you eliminate that one. But first decide it. Okay, first decide it which variable you're going to eliminate. So here let us eliminate in this equation, let us eliminate x. We'll try to eliminate which variable? X. So in order to eliminate this variable x, we need to satisfy two conditions, that is same value and opposite sign. But now we'll be focusing on the first condition, that is same value. Okay, opposite sign we're going to deal later on. So how are we going to see? So we are trying to eliminate x. We have decided to eliminate x. So can we eliminate x directly? Can we eliminate x out here? we cannot eliminate x because they don't have the same value, right? We have, this is 1x and this is 2x, so we cannot eliminate this one. So we need to have same value, and in order to make the value same, in order to convert and make it as a same value, what we can do, we can multiply any of the equation or both of the equation. Okay, so how are we going to multiply? See, why do we need to multiply, and why is it they are permitting us to multiply the equation? See, for example, let's say we have one equation 2 is equal to 2. Okay, let's say simple equation 2 is equal to. So if I am multiplying the left hand side by 2, if I am multiplying the left hand side by 2 and I am multiplying the right hand side also by 2, I'm multiplying both the side by 2 and 2, then are we changing the values? Are we disturbing this equal to sign? See, we need to maintain this equal to sign, right? 2 is equal to, that means we need to maintain this equal to sign. Even if we are doing some additional things with these numbers, we need to maintain the equal to sign. So if we multiply both sides by 2, then this equal to sign will be maintained. Yes or no? This equal to sign will be maintained. That means we have the freedom to multiply both sides of the equation without disturbing the equal to sign. That's the concept why we have the freedom to multiply, because even if we multiply both the side, then the value will not change, because equal to sign will remain equal to, no, because we are multiplying, we are doing the same thing on both the side. Okay, so here we have the freedom to multiply whenever we don't have the same value. So here we don't have the same value for x, we can multiply and make it same. So which equation we need to multiply? It's, in some questions we might need to multiply both the equation. In some questions we can multiply only one equation and then make the value same. So out here I think we can simply multiply equation 1. If we can simply multiply only equation 1, because see, because you just focus on this 1x, if we multiply by 2, out here we get 2x, right? And the value will be same. Yes or no? If we multiply this 1x by 2, we will get 2x and the value will be same. Even in equation 2 we have 2x, right? So here it's not necessary to multiply both the equation. We can multiply only one equation, only the first equation, and make it same, right? And by what number? We need to multiply? We need to multiply by 2. So it's not compulsory that we need to multiply by 2 all the time. Okay, it depends upon the situation. Out here the situation is we need to convert this x into 2x. That's why we are multiplying by 2. For example, let's say we have decided, let's just broaden our imagination. Let's say we are trying to eliminate y. We are trying to eliminate y. So for example, let's say we are trying to eliminate y out here. Okay, we are trying to eliminate y. So even here the y is not same, right? Even the value of y is not same out here. So what we can do is that this is 1y, this is 1y. So even here we can simply multiply only the first equation. If we multiply only the first equation by 3, see, we have 1y, right? If we multiply this by 3, it becomes 3y. So the value will be same. The value will be same on both the equation. So sometimes we might be needed to multiply in both the equation, but in most of the case, just multiplying it with just multiplying one equation will satisfy the condition. Okay, so we are going to multiply which equation? Equation 1 by what? Equation 1 by 2. So while multiplying equation 1 by 2, make sure that we need to multiply both sides. Make sure we need to multiply both sides, because we need to maintain this equal to sign. So we cannot multiply only to 1x, we need to multiply the both side and to all the terms. Okay, to both side and to all the terms means to 1x as well as to 1y, all the numbers. We need to multiply all the numbers. So either you can write like this, the equation 1, either you can write like this 4 into 2 on both sides, or we can also write like this 2 and write all the numbers within one bracket. And then while multiplying we need to multiply to all the numbers, okay, till the right hand side, because we need to multiply both sides. Clear? So this is how we are going to make equal. If the values are not equal, what we need to do, we need to multiply as per the conditions any one of the equation or both the equation if necessary, and the number is not fixed. Okay, here it's 2, in other question it might be 4, in other question it might be 5, right? So the number is not fixed. According to the demand of the question, we need to multiply. Okay, so this part is done. If they don't have same value, we need to multiply and make it same. If they have the same value, then multiplication part, that means the first condition can be skipped. If they have the same value, for example, let's say we have 2x plus 3y is equal to 9, and then here we have 2x minus 4y is equal to 10. So here we have decided to eliminate x. Let's say we have decided to eliminate x. They have the same value, right? They have the same value, 2x and 2x. So this multiplication part can be skipped because they have the same value. Why shall we change it? Why shall we change it? They have the same value, so just keep as it is. No multiplication is required. But if we are trying to eliminate y, let's say instead of x we have decided to eliminate y out here, then we need to multiply because there is 3y and 4y which is not same. Then we need to multiply. But if we select x to eliminate, then multiplication part can be skipped. Okay. Now let us come to the second condition. The second condition is they should have opposite sign. Opposite sign means if one number is plus, the other number should be minus. If one number is minus, the other should be plus. So that is the meaning of opposite sign. And why do we need to have opposite sign? I've discussed, right? Because only when we have opposite sign we can cancel it and make it 0, right? So now if there will be conditions, right? It's not that we need opposite sign, so in all the questions we'll be getting opposite sign. If they have opposite sign, that is, let's say out here 2x plus 5y is equal to 10, 2x minus 8y is equal to 6. Let's say we have made the values equal, we have decided to eliminate x, and we are done with the first part. Okay, we are done with the first part. This is the equation. These are two equations. So if they have opposite sign, see, remember, opposite sign of which variable? The variable which we have decided. The variable which we have decided to eliminate. That's why decision is important. Okay, first you need to decide which variable you're going to eliminate. First you need to decide which variable you are going to eliminate. After that only you are going to focus on the conditions. Okay, so if they have opposite sign, that means in this equation we are talking about which variable? We are talking about x because we have decided to eliminate x. Okay, so if they have opposite sign, then we need to add the equations, as we don't want to change the sign. See, why do we need to add the equations? Because we don't want to change the sign. We have decided to eliminate x, and now we don't want to change the sign because we have the sign which we need, right? We have the sign which we need because we have plus and minus which we can cancel and make it 0. So now when we don't want to change the sign, why do we need to add up? Why do we need to add when we don't want to change the sign? See, whenever we add, the sign doesn't change. Whenever we add, the sign doesn't change. For example, see, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say we have plus 6 one number and minus 6 is the other number. Okay, plus 6 is one number, minus 6 is other number, and we are told to add these two. Numbers. So now when we add up these two numbers, plus 6 will be plus 6 and this plus minus will become minus 6. So when we add up these two numbers, see, observe the sign of this number. 6 has minus sign, and even after converting this sign, 6 has minus sign only, right? Even after adding up, the process is not completed, but even after adding up plus and minus, it becomes minus only. That means when we add up, the sign doesn't change. Right? For example, one more example, let's say we have minus x plus and then we have minus y out here. So now we are adding these two numbers, right? The minus x plus minus and minus c. So y, it has minus sign, even after adding up, multiplying by plus sign, again it has minus sign only. That means the sign is not changing. Okay, so that's the reason we need to add up when we don't want to change the sign. If we add up, the sign doesn't change, so we'll just, the minus will remain minus, all the sign will be same. Okay, so whenever we have the opposite sign, that is the variable which we have decided to eliminate, if they have opposite sign, then we'll simply add up the equations. So this, it will be more clear when we do practical. Okay, as of now we just need to remember the conditions, we just need to remember the steps, like what we need to do. The second thing is that if they don't have opposite sign, we need to subtract the equations. Now why we need to subtract? When they don't have opposite sign, why do we need to subtract? See, let's say we'll take the example of this one as well. So 2x plus 5y is equal to 10 and 2x minus 6y is equal to 5. So here we have decided to eliminate x, right? So the values are same. The first condition is over. The values are same, but they have same sign. Which we cannot eliminate. If they have same sign, we cannot eliminate, right? So when they have same sign, then we need to subtract y. Why do we need to subtract? See, whenever we subtract, the sign changes. I will prove it. Let's say minus 6 and then we have plus 6 and we are told to subtract these two, that means minus sign out here. Okay, we are told to subtract these two, so we have applied minus sign. So minus 6 minus plus minus. See, 6 has plus sign, now it became minus. The sign is changing, right? One more example, let's say the 2x and we have 3x and we are minus 3x and we are told to subtract these two. So minus sign. So now 2x minus minus becomes plus. So 3x had what sign? 3x had minus sign. Now minus minus becomes plus sign. So the sign is changing. So whenever we subtract, the sign changes. So we want to change the sign, right? We want to change the sign. We cannot eliminate out here. We cannot eliminate 2x and 2x. So we want to change the sign. So what we need to do? We need to subtract. We need to subtract. Okay. So remember this. They should have, the first condition is they should have same value. If they don't have the same value, then we can multiply the equations and make it same. But while multiplying, make sure that you multiply both sides. Okay, both sides, it means left hand side as well as right hand side. And sometimes it might be necessary to multiply both the equation. So we'll deal with that type of questions while solving exercise questions. So now the next condition is that they should have opposite sign. They should have opposite sign. That means if one number is plus sign, the other should have minus sign. If one number is minus sign, the other should be plus sign. So there will be two conditions. If they don't have opposite sign, we need to add the equations. And if we don't have opposite sign, if they have opposite sign. Okay, sorry, if they have opposite sign, then we need to add up and keep the sign as it is, because whenever we add up, the sign doesn't changes. And whenever we don't have opposite sign, that means we have plus plus or minus minus. See, it can be minus minus as well. Okay, it can be minus minus. So whenever we have same sign, then we want to change the sign, right? We want to change the sign, because without changing the sign, without having opposite sign, we cannot eliminate. So whenever we have same sign, we need to subtract, because subtraction changes the sign. Okay, so I hope you're a bit clear with the meaning of elimination method and what will be the process of doing this, right? So let's do one question quickly. Let's solve one question. This video is going to be a bit long because elimination method is very simple. Okay, very simple when you understand it, but we need to spend a little bit more time in the introduction part. That's why I've taken more time in introduction part, because introduction part covers almost 70%. If you are clear with the introduction part, then it will be very simple. One of the simplest method for me, one of the simplest method compared to substitution and cross multiplication. Substitution is very simple. Substitution is simple as well, but it is little bit time consuming. Substitution is little bit time consuming, but elimination I prefer because it takes less time. And if you are clear with the concept, then it's very simple. So let's take one question and solve it. Quickly solve one question. I'm taking exercise from exercise 3.4, question number 1. Okay, question number 1, not question number 1, yeah, 1 B1. So x plus y is equal to 5 is equal to 5, and then we have 2x minus 3y is equal to 4. We have 2x minus 3y is equal to 4. So this is our first equation, this is our second equation. So our solution starts from here. Okay, so now elimination method means we need to remove what? We need to remove one variable. Clear? So how are we going to remove one variable? We have conditions, right? So first of all decide which variable you're going to remove. So let's remove x. So here, in order to remove x, what are the two conditions? They need to have same value, and they need to have what? Opposite sign. These are the two conditions in order to remove any of the variable, right? So same value, do they have same value? We have decided to eliminate x. Okay, decision is to eliminate x. So do they have same value? No, they don't have same value. That means multiplication is required, right? So which equation we need to multiply? Is it necessary to multiply both the equation? No, right? Because we can simply multiply this x by 2 and then make it 2x, because we need 2x, right? 2x. So we can simply multiply this x by 2 and then bring 2x, right? That means no need to multiply both the equation. We need to multiply only the first equation, multiplying equation 1. We are multiplying only equation 1 by 2. That is the multiplication part. As well as after making same value, we need to have opposite sign, right? We need to have opposite sign. Opposite sign of what? Opposite sign of the decision we have taken. The decision that we have taken to remove is x, right? So we need to check only x. No need to look the other values. Just check only x, because decision is to remove x. So opposite sign will be focusing only on x. Okay, so x, do they have opposite sign? No, right? It is plus, even here it is plus, so they don't have opposite sign. So if they don't have opposite sign, what we need to do? We need to subtract, right? We need to subtract equation 2 from 1. equation 2 from 1. So this is the two steps that we need to do. Multiplication if they don't have same value, and additional subtraction according to the situation, right? Here they don't have the same, they don't have the opposite sign, so that's why we need to subtract, because we want to change the sign. Whenever we want to change the sign, we need to subtract. So let us do the this equation or this calculation. So multiplying part, we need to multiply to equation 1 by 2. So equation 1 will be multiplied by 2, both side, okay, on both side. We cannot multiply on only one side, because if we multiply only one side, the equal to sign will be disturbed, right? So only equation 1, we are multiplying only equation 1 by 2. So first let us multiply the multiplication part, let us complete. So 2 into x, again 2 into y, okay? Multiply all the terms, not only x, 2x plus 2y is equal to 5 2s are 10. Both side, all the terms of left hand side as well as right hand side. This we are not multiplying with any number, or you can simply write 1, but we are not, even if you write 1 or don't write, it doesn't matter, okay? So 2x minus 3y is equal to 4. Clear? Now the second part, multiplication part is done. Now the second part, it is subtraction. So whenever we subtract, the sign will change. The sign will change, but not all the terms, okay? The sign will change for not all the terms, only the second part. That is, if I'm writing minus 6, and then if you are subtracting this one, so only this sign will change, the second part, the latter one will change, not the first part, okay? So this part will be same, this part will be same, this part will change, right? The sign of this equation will change. So plus will become minus, minus will become plus, plus will become minus, because we are subtracting. Why the sign are changing? Because we are subtracting. So plus minus cancel, 0, and then we have plus. Now we need to consider 3y has plus sign, not minus. 3y had minus sign, but now it is plus sign because we have subtracted. So plus plus becomes plus, so 2y plus 3y is equal to 5y, and then out here plus and minus, right? Plus minus is minus, so 10 minus 4 is 6. We are considering plus sign because 10 is greater, okay? Please be careful with the signs, plus minus minus, so 10 minus 4 is 6, and then we are considering plus sign because 10 is greater, okay? Here plus plus is plus, 5y, and the sign we are considering is for 3, that is 3 is greater, so 3 has plus sign, not minus sign, so we have taken plus sign out here. So now the value of y is equal to 6 by 5. So you see, the moment we eliminated one variable, we can easily find out the value of the other variable. So y is equal to 6 by 5. Now we are told to solve for both x and y, right? Here the question is solve for both x and y. So as of now we got the value of only, we have got the value of only y. So now we need to find the value of x. So now we are going to apply substitution. The second part will be substitution, that is, we'll put this value 6 by 5 in any one of the equation, and find out the value of x. So putting y is equal to 6 by 5 in any one of the equation, equation 1, and then we'll find out the value of x. So x plus y is equal to 5. So x plus 6 by 5 is equal to 5. So we can transfer these numbers to one side. X is equal to 5 minus 6 by 5. X is equal to, LCM is 5. So 1 5 is 5, 5 5 is 25, 5 1 is 5, 1 6 is 6. So x is equal to, we have 25 minus 6 is how much? It's 19, so 19 by 5. So therefore x is equal to 19 by 5, and y is equal to 6 by 5. So this is the answer. Okay, so I know that I've done a little bit quickly, so we'll try to solve more questions and make it more clear, but try to note all the notes that I've given you, okay? In the previous slide I've provided all the notes, right? So try to copy it down and then try to go through those notes. It will be easy for you if you understand those notes, okay? So thank you.